Hi, this is Curious Cat with another Scrolls Judgment video. Today I'm going to do another drafting video. I finished my last deck, this Energy Growth Wonder deck. Wasn't a very good draft, but I managed to get 4 wins and 1 loss, or well, I guess 2 losses. I started out getting the first loss right away and then got 4 wins through some scrappy playing and some matches against some less than experienced players. I almost won the 5th match, but I think I made some misplays that lost me the match. So let's jump into the Judgment drafting. Let's see. So there's some good energy scrolls on the first one. Plate armor is pretty not very good rare in order. You'll see the price of the black market's quite low because it's just not that impactful. It's a little bit better in Judgment, but still not the greatest. Attack buffs tend to be much better than defensive enchantments, and it only gives +1 health and 1 armor. If it gave 2 armor or 2 health or something, that would be a lot better. Then the second row has a lot of growth. There's an Animivore, which can be comboed with a Scavenger Construct. That didn't work out last time I tried it, but the deck did work out well with a growth. There's no energy on the second row. There's energy on the first and third rows. There's a Memorial, but it's a little early to be pulling Memorials. And Piercing Projectile, which is a good energy enchantment, but hard if it's not a mono energy deck to make really work well. I think I'm going to go with the Spark because it's a good removal, which is always good to have in Judgment. And it's 2 costs, so it's relatively easy to splash if I don't end up going energy. It's a good splash scroll where you can do growth and then splash Spark to get a little bit of removal. Growth struggles with having enough removal. There's another Spark. Storm Knight is a really strong order creature, but high cost. So I don't see a lot of other. There's only this order scroll, which is not a very good scroll. Does have replenish, which lets you do some fun things, but it's hard to get its ability to actually work because it's hard to. It lets the opponent control when it activates for the most part, although you can combo it with things like kabonking your own units or sparking your own units, but that's a little bit crazy. Then it becomes a 2 scroll Blessing of Haste, which is a little bit so anyways, I'm kind of struggling here with this next pick because Champion Ring is good, Crimson Bill can be good, Champion Ring is probably better to splash. Animivore, I could take this Lingering spell. Lingering's not very powerful in Judgment. This could help me if I get Halls of Umlasa to pull it out more often, but Halls is a rare, so the chances of me getting that are pretty low. And so I think I'll just go with some strong creatures and guess I'll go with the Champion Ring. So there's some energy creatures, so maybe energy is looking good. None of them are ranged, so they don't combo with the Piercing Projectile. But the Gravelock Outcast is solid. Maybe I should go energy. I think I should either take this Corpus Corrector just to collect big creatures early on in case I happen to get a lot of decay, or I could try to take this Law Memorial and the Storm Knight and maybe this Gravelock Raider, try to go order but splash a little bit of energy, and then this will help me ramp my main faction. Or I could take Soldier's Bond and then I could play random energy spells for free. That's tough. So my problem in the scrolls is I'm very indecisive, and this is a problem with my videos, is they tend to run way too long. So I should just take something and move on. I don't like two-color decks that much, so I'm going to try to go energy. There's another Storm Knight. But another energy scroll, so, I mean, these are solid. I really like order, though. And I haven't gotten anything really overpowered in energy, so let's take this and see what we get. So then I didn't get any energy here, so maybe order will be fine. I think I'll go with the 1-cost creature here. It's easy to splash and combos well with focus because it's relentless. Got a flip, which is a nice order spell that can really help with removal of a tricky unit that the opponent's trying to keep in back. Desert Memorial could help me build a 2-color order energy deck, but I think the Ducal Spearman's probably the better choice right now. You really want to make sure you get enough creatures. I think one of the people I defeated in my last run was a fairly experienced player who seemed like had an okay deck and should have been able to beat my kind of weak deck, but I think he just didn't have enough creatures. And so he struggled to get enough creatures out, and I just kept playing more and more creatures. This is kind of a rough draw here. So I've run out of order. And I've also run out of energy. This is my favorite energy spell. It's not very splashable. And let's see, what do we got here? Decay are not that great. Mire Curse is okay. This is not that great. Shroud of Unlife, Monstrosity is okay, but nothing to write home about in Judgment because his ability is generally a problem more than a something you can benefit from. So it could go, I think I'll go, well, I guess I'll take the, no, that's crazy. Well, I might have to give up on, I think I'm going to go with the 2 costs here with the possibility of possibly splashing growth instead of energy. I could go with Ruse. the game I lost, he punished me with Ruse. He played 2 in a row, and there was like 8 turns of Ruse, and everything had spiky, and that really wore down my units because I was playing growth energy. The energy units were okay, but the growth units died. I had a Earthborn Keeper that just couldn't survive this 8 turns of spiky one. And then Refined Strategy, not a great order spell. So, but Wildling and Sister Crimson. Yeah. Let's see, what did we get down here? I got an energy order cross ramp scroll. That's kind of interesting. Refined strategy is really not a good scroll in Judgment. It requires you to have a mangonel for the most part. Although I guess I could combo it with some kind of energy structure. What have I got going here? So if I take the efficiency, I could start to ramp some energy. Ash Runner, unless I can draw some focuses, it's just not a great spell. I guess. How are we doing on the order, the growth stuff? Should I take the Bear Paw? It's 2 cost. Could help with a lot of, if I get a Skirmisher or something. And the Champion Ring would be good on Skirmishers. The energy scrolls I have aren't really that good. So let's take that. And I guess I'll take this. And Frostwind or Transposition. Frostwind is a scroll you don't see in Constructed very much because there's so much countdown removal that it's easily counteracted, but it's pretty powerful in Judgment. Transposition is also, now that's just a solid spell and a cantrip, which is always good. You can really use it to catch your opponent off guard. Reversal is good for that also. In this row, I'm sort of stuck with a lot of weird stuff. Really hoping to see a lot of Skirmishers or Gallant Defenders or Righteous Partisans and just not seeing those kind of things. So with what I have now, Frostwind is probably better. Although if I end up with not enough creatures, a cantrip would be better. I guess I think I'm going growth in order right now. So I think I'll take the Vilda. There's a Skirmisher. Stone Pack could help me get order. Stone Pack is a nice memorial because it gives you the order right away and you don't have to play a spell or wait for it to count down or wait for it to get destroyed or play another spell or use energy to destroy it like the other memorials. It just gives you the order right away. But Powerbound is probably an easier way to get order. Doesn't require ramping into 3 growth. Ducal Skirmisher. Earthen Mirth could be really good on the Ducal Skirmisher, but I have to get to 4 growth. I don't think I pulled that memorial. Well, I could take this memorial, but that's not gonna... This is an annoying memorial because you have to play another spell and then it destroys itself, so you're left with nothing. That's the other advantage of this other memorial, was it doesn't go away, so you're left with a blocker. But I guess this is it good? It's probably good. Four cost is a lot of growth without any ramping. So if I pull this ramping, then I could maybe think about getting some growth. Swing Sorceress is always good to have. Kabonk is a nice spell, but I need to make sure I have enough creatures, which I'm a little bit low if you just count the order creatures right now. There's another skirmisher though. So 3 solid creatures here for order. That's good. Mystic Altar can be good in Judgment. There's not as much structure removal, so it's easier to get value out of it. And it combos well with things like the Ducal Spearman, where you don't really care if he ever attacks anyways. Healing is kind of situational. This can also be a blocker. Wetland Ranger is great. I don't know if I could have assembled a growth deck here, but have gotten a certain amount of good growth cards. But 4 cost is more than I really want to invest, even for a Wetland Ranger. And even with this Memorial that I may or may not take, but yeah. I don't have anything here. I'm gonna take the Bear Paw there. I'll take the Ducal there. This is really not good. I'll take this. And there's the Violent Dispersal. So yeah, and getting some good energy scrolls here. Just having to pass them all by. Iron Ogre is a really powerful in Judgment. It's really too slow and constructed and rarely survives, but it's really hard to take out in Judgment. Grounds of the Fallen. It might be better to take this than the Kinfolk Ranger. Try to go a little bit more mono. This is an interesting choice. Partisan is just so good, though. Wings Captain has kind of become a little bit outclassed by the Storm Knight. I mean, sure, she moves 2 when she attacks, but Storm Knight always moves 2, and she can make other people move 2, but it's Partisan is just awesome. I don't want another Grounds of the Fallen. I think I'll take... Oh, wait. Do I have any Knights? Yeah, I got the Storm Knights, and I've got soldiers. Plenty of soldiers and plenty of Knights, so this might be good. This is good once you get Dominion. It's pretty powerful. Going growth and energy. This is, growth and order, and that's the only effigy of the Queen or Elan Vital. Elan Vital is really only useful if you've got some kind of powerful creature you want to keep alive, or a creature like the Wildling that damaged itself. It's a pretty good combo with Wildling, I guess. Yeah. In Judgment, that's a pretty good combo. But I'm not sure I'm going to take the Wildling. How many scrolls have I got? 19. Yeah, I'm getting pretty close to mono. I'm going to probably try to not take the 3 growth scrolls. Squire versus Crossbowman. Egg cost 1. I do have 1/1-drop, but 1-drops are good. 2-drops are good. They're pretty close to equal in my mind. I kind of like the Squire better late game than the Crossbowman. Crossbowman is a really good 1-drop. First turn drop, I mean. Gonna take the effigy. Squire's good at both blocking and mild attacking, and her ability doesn't really do much in Judgment because you're not trying to use all the night stuff as much. I think I've got a lot of attack buffs from growth, so I don't know that I need the high attack madness there. I'll take the Dryadic power, can come in handy. Vengeance Veils got replenished, that could help me play some of these growth creatures. Or growth spells. Just taking creatures whenever I can. I'm getting almost to where I want to be with creatures. Divine Mark. This is also like good for resurrecting. Good for resurrecting a powerful creature, which I don't really have any of. You know, like an honorable general type of, or a K, some kind of, or Releras, powerful rare creature, but I don't have any. It's also good for blocking relentless units, but that's a little bit more situational. I don't know though, maybe I should take it. It's probably better than the Kinfolk Ranger. Or I need it more than the Kinfolk Ranger. This is good. Ragged Wolf is good. And another Righteous Person, which I love. Alright, didn't get any Gallant Defenders. I got one Wing Shield, so that's something. Got pretty close to mono. Not super excited with this one. That one is kind of weak. It's got the Replenish, which might be interesting. This efficiency is probably a bit weak. I didn't get any focuses. That's rather annoying. So I think I'd rather have things like the Champion Ring and the Ragged Wolf and the Dryadic Power. The 1-cost growth scrolls here. And then I got 16 creatures, so that's pretty good creature-wise. I could try to get these sisters, but I think, how many skirmishers did I get? 2 skirmishers. I think these bear paws will be more fun. Could take the Vitality Well in case I get some kind of poison. But you don't really face a lot of decay in Judgment right now. It's not very popular. One-cost creatures or one-health creatures are pretty fragile. They don't really make the greatest jump blockers because your opponent might have some way to get rid of them. I don't have any attack buffs, so I think I'm gonna... Well, I've got Champion Ring, but I think a Bear Paw... Should I take one of these 1 countdown creatures just for the heck of it? But I don't really have much to put on them. Could get this. I didn't pull those healing spells. This is interesting. If you comboed Wildling with Vengeance Veil, you can't really do it in the right order. You want to play the Vengeance Veil first, which helps you play the Wildling. But you could play the Wildling, play the Vengeance Veil on her, and make her attack right away by playing another creature that kind of requires 3 scrolls. And then she only attacks for 1, so it's kind of like a Ragged Wolf. I don't think I want to go with the Wildling, and I'm kind of questioning whether I even want to take this Woodland Memorial. It's not a great blocker. I have a lot of humans, so this Lingering Spell might be okay. I'm not a big fan of Lingering Spells in Judgment, but this one is general purpose enough, and I have this one beast, but that's fine. It'd be nice if it worked with that, because then make it 2 attack instead of 1 attack. So, spells, these are okay. This one is kind of a late game spell, so that one could come in handy. And let's see what kind of enchantments I've got. Those are okay. Vengeance Veil is probably the weak one there. I have 3 structures. I don't necessarily need the Effigy or the Woodland Memorial. I may I can sack for 1 growth and get the Ragged. I may have to do that early. I may want to do that early before I get my Woodland out. And then if I do get my Woodland out, I have to play a spell, which I don't have a ton of spells in this deck. So it might be hard to activate. And likely just get destroyed before it does anything. Yeah, there's just not enough. I think I'd be better off taking taking one of these sisters. And shrinking my deck a little bit more. And then this Effigy. Should I take another sister? The Effigy can be a good blocker and can be good against energy. I think I'll take the Effigy. I think this will be good. Alright, let's call that good. The combos, Ragged Wolf with Champion Ring, but that assumes I go into 3 growth, which I'm probably not going to try to avoid. Dual Skirmisher and the Bear Paws or the Champion Ring are good combos. Dual Skirmisher and the Infantryman. Royal Inspiration with the Knights and the Soldiers. Vengeance Veil can help me with crazy plays like a Ragged Wolf Champion Ring play if I'm in a pinch. I can do a Ragged Wolf Triadic Power, might be a good play, because it will do 2 attack and then leave a blocker. That'll be hard to take out, and so it'll have 5 health and 2 attack. And does the 2 attack right away, which is nice. You know, the Righteous Person's great. I like Mystic Altar, can give you some good card draw. You know, it can combo with these 1 attack creatures like the Sister, or an Aging Knight whose countdown has gone to some ridiculous number. You'll never attack again anyways, or alright, let's call that good. And thanks for watching. This has been Curious Cat with another Judgment video. Tune in next time while I try to play this deck and see what I can do to make it work. I think this is a pretty decent deck. I didn't get a lot of really powerful rare cards. I didn't get any rare cards. I don't have any rare cards at all. Yeah. So that's odd. Starting to wonder if I should pull some rare cards just as reward cards now. That's kind of a problem. But this is the only rare card I have. I tend to mostly ignore the rarities when I'm pulling cards, selecting cards, and sometimes I'll pull a card just because I know it's really worth a lot in the black market or something. Tempo Theft is one that's really valuable, but Vilda I think is okay right now in the black market, but what have I got for uncommons? Sometimes the uncommons can be really valuable. I don't think any of those are particularly high value. Yeah, no. I don't want to bother taking the Vilda just for a reward card and messing up my deck. I've got enough gold that I don't so much care, but that's kind of strange. 5 order plus 2 growth. And oh, I forgot to take a picture of my deck. Alright, well thank you for tuning in, and tune in next time where I will actually try to play this game. This has been Curious Cat with another Judgment Scrolls drafting video. Thank you.